Hello, awesome IELTS Energy subscribers and audience members. Remember, I also have a podcast, an IELTS podcast that's published 3 times a week. You get 3 episodes a week. If you're not already a subscriber, go on over to iTunes or Stitcher, wherever you get your podcasts, and subscribe. It's called IELTS Energy, just like this YouTube channel. Okay. So let's get to this very helpful vocabulary episode. I wrote down so much good stuff to teach you guys today. Okay, so we're going to talk about phrasal verbs today and a little bit of slang. Now, not all phrasal verbs are created equal, okay? The key to getting a 7 or higher for vocabulary in speaking is that you are using idiomatic language, phrasal verbs, and that it's interesting, that it's flexible, that it's not as common as what everybody else is saying. So for example, phrasal verbs like hang out, right? Students know that one. It's not going to impress the examiner, right? It doesn't fulfill that requirement for 7 or higher for vocabulary. So the vocab today does, however. Remember guys, phrasal verbs are usually considered informal, so they are appropriate for speaking part 1 and part 2. You can use them in speaking part 3, but it's better to use higher level vocabulary. However, do not use these in your academic writing, unless you're a general training candidate and you're writing an informal letter. Okay, so let's get to it. The first phrasal verb is ask around, to ask around. This means that you are asking many people the same question, all right? So, for example, in context, you could say this on the exam, like, when I first moved here, I asked around about good Chinese food, and everyone said, hands down, this place called the Hong Kong Kitchen was the bomb. Okay, so there are a few phrases in there, guys. First of all, ask around, right? And then hands down, it means like totally, it emphasizes definitely, right? And because I said, and everyone said, hands down, this place called Hong Kong Kitchen. So that is a great phrase. Also, this place was the bomb. I don't really say this anymore, but I know other native speakers still do. To describe something as the bomb just means it's amazing. It's the best. Okay. The next one is don't care for. This just means don't like. And it sounds kind of formal to me. It's not something that people say often. So again, that makes you stand out. And you always have to talk about stuff you like and don't like on the exam, right? On the speaking test. So in context, you could say, to be totally honest, I don't care for nonfiction all that much. So all that much is another really nice emphasis phrase to stick on to the end of that sentence, right? Like it sounds much more impressive than saying, I don't like nonfiction. Boring, band score 6. So instead say, to be totally honest, I don't care for nonfiction all that much. Super native, amazing. Okay, last one, guys. Cut back on. Because you're often asked about like exercise and food habits and health habits and stuff on the exam. So this means to reduce, to use something less, to consume something less. You could cut back on your the time you spend on your phone, or usually we use it to talk about reducing what we eat or drink. So you could say, I've decided to cut back on cheese, although it kills me to do so. It's just such a huge source of fat in my diet. I'm never going to cut back on cheese. I would never say this sentence. Okay, so some more cool stuff in there, right? I said, I've decided to cut back on cheese, though it kills me to do so. So instead of saying, although I really don't want to, we say, though it kills me to do so. So impressive. Okay, guys, remember, I told you about this in the last video, but if you haven't signed up already, sign up for our free webinar about writing task 2. This is going to give you some very amazing tips on how to increase that task 2 score, especially as far as brainstorming and coming up with specific ideas. So don't miss it, guys. Plus, for those who attend, you will be given a very special offer at the webinar. So many good reasons to attend, guys. To sign up, go to allearsenglish.com/writing. That's WRITING. The webinar will be May 9th, and it will be 12 p.m. noon Pacific Standard Time and 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I hope to see you all there. Okay, that's it for me, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Bonus tip, get a 7 or higher with the All Ears English app, featuring exclusive bonus video lessons with Jessica, Lindsay, and Michelle. Get the app now at allearsenglish.com/app.